guess this is just FYI for us.
Yes, so.
We don't have time to go over it.
Like from green.
I went up there with
You
her.
talked to. Let's see, did you
Just,
get
they couldn't,
It's supposed to get
take
was very
her.
cold, but I couldn't catch what. Well, last week I had a lot going on too. Last week we were like, we just drove back up tonight for this. And then they brought, we got Viola.
two here?
Yes, no, just stupid. We had grandkids over here last week. Not a bunch, just one or two here or there. And I love having them, but
How long are you there? How long are you
we just went down yesterday,
coming back?
Thursday.
Thursday.
Yeah, for the budget meeting Friday.
For what?
The budget meeting Friday.
That's Friday?
I think that's Friday, isn't it?
I haven't seen anything on
I'm thinking it was postponed until then.
that. Oh, I bet it was from last week. I wasn't there.
Yeah, probably so.
Why not Thursday? Is it in there?
I'm looking to see. Nope, I don't see them that in here either. I think it was a meeting, maybe the meeting before. I don't even know what is Thursday. Yeah.
Okay,
Friday.
would you mind doing our opening prayer for us? Thank you.
I'd like to stand for a word of prayer.
Thank you.
Father, we thank you that you allow us to gather together tonight to discuss matters that pertain to this city. And we ask that you would bless the council with wisdom, that you would bless us, the members of the city, with wisdom and courage and clear hearts and minds, so that what we say and what we do will honor you. Because if we honor you, then everyone else will find favor in what is done. We ask also that you would bless those who protect our freedoms, and we ask that what we say and do will be all for your kingdom and glory. We ask it all in Jesus' name. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we're going to get this meeting started. It is 6:01. Roll call, please. Here.
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 Okay, before we begin with the approval of the agenda as presented, Council, there is 17 items on this. There's a couple of them that I think we're going to end up striking off before we move forward, but this is a huge agenda, and it's going to take all evening if we drag it out. I would like to set a timer for 8 minutes for each item. That is actually 2 hours worth of study or of discussion if we're at 15 items. If we move quicker through those, that's fine, but I would like for the council to think about, once we hit that 8 minutes, if we're not settled, to either postpone it to the July 13th meeting or make a decision. Is that okay with the council if I start a timer?
Yep.
Just
Okay.
fine.
Okay. Let's start off with the approval of the agenda as presented.
I'll make a motion that we remove number 4 from old business and number 10 from new business.
Okay, I have a motion from Gabe to remove number 4 from old business and number 10 from new business. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second from Bill. All those in favor? 4-0. Okay, thank you. Moving on to number 2, the approval of the minutes for May 23rd, 2023. Oh,
Take off. So now we need to approve this. Ian's done.
I make a motion to approve it with the changes that were presented.
Second.
okay. Doreen made a motion to approve it with Gabe's changes. Bill has seconded that. All those in favor? 4-0. Okay, thank you, guys. Now, number 2, the approval of the minutes for May 23rd, 2023.
I have one question. When there's things that we've approved in the meeting before, how do we encroachment, where are we at on that?
Are those questions that we can ask department heads when we get to that section?
Is that what you want me to ask them?
And that would be put back onto an agenda in the future.
Okay.
No, I'm just asking it because of the.
Yeah, that's fine, I'll ask them. So I'll make a motion that we.
Hold on.
Hold, just a minute. I think in the last meeting, if I remember correctly, Doreen, you're the one that moved to approve it. Part-time employee FMP, Murphy, McFadden, and Kerr. It's not on the minutes. We specified the,
We approved that, 3 part-timers could be the doctors.
Murphy, McFadden, and who was the other one?
Kerr.
Or Clifton?
Cliff, yeah.
They wouldn't get full health benefits to the doctors. I think we approved it.
I'll review my notes and make those changes and then represent these notes at the next council meeting.
Okay.
Didn't they say that Cliff didn't want it?
Yeah.
I believe that's.
But was this like something they were paying for?
No.
So we would pay for?
We would pay
Yeah.
just the doctor.
Just
the
for the doctor.
then? Okay.
But even if Cliff decided to decline it, please make sure it's reflected with the approval. So we'll move forward on that, and do you want to postpone those guys to the,
Okay, I'll make the motion that we accept the minutes minus the portion that Lana will be adjusting.
Second.
okay, Doreen has made the motion to accept the minutes with the changes to adding on the part-time employee receiving those benefits. We got a second from Bill. All those in favor?
Should I not, since I wasn't here?
Oh, yes, 3 with 1 abstention. He wasn't here for that. You actually probably could, because you're not, if you don't feel
Yeah.
comfortable, that's fine. Okay, we're gonna move on to guests, Mr. Winstead. I'll wait until you get up here to start this time.
Sure.
Okay, Mr. Linstead, what I see here is it states that you're seeking compensation for a
Mid-sized
camper? Okay, do you have the title to that camper?
No, what happens is that my friend, Hal Wiggins, he's one of my stalwarts, and what happened, he came down to take care of Roxy while I was in the nut house in January 2007, and he brought down his camper. He had brought a number of things, so it sat there. I have no doubt he was born in 1933. I haven't heard from him in 10 years. I have no doubt that he was dead.
Okay, is
So-
there a family member or something? Because we cannot compensate somebody for property that we can't prove was somebody else's. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no way a city could actually say, here's a check for someone else's property that you're claiming we
I
have.
have no doubt he's not going to come back. We've been friends since, I think, 1993 or 1994, and he was one of my stalwarts who went ahead and stood by me. He was a chiropractor, at the nut house. So.
Okay, let's focus on the
Okay,
trailer.
pretty well. The trailer was there. Also, I forgot to mention, I bought for the Hubble across the street at one of my brother's sales. I bought the window worth about $100 for about $20 here. It was leaning against the camper. So, what happens, totally unlawfully, they decided, without a court order or anything like that, to go ahead and shred the trees and the rest, and they got that lyric hidden, whatever, totally unlawful. And the day,
Did you receive any paperwork on this? Did you have any kind of thing where you went into court? So, because you're standing in front of me with nothing. You
well,
don't
no,
have anything,
the
right?
trailer was there. What happened is they actually talked about how it was abandoned property. And I said, no, it's stolen property which you intend to destroy. So, pretty well what I want is, pretty well I still haven't gone, done away with hunting down and destroying the people who did all this crap to me, but, or, pretty well
Mr.
bulldozing
Lindstedt,
the
please,
rest of it.
please do not bring threats in here.
Okay,
Please
well,
do
it's
not.
not threat, it's just simply that you do, these people do something wrong under color law, I hunt them down, when I come to power. I
Okay.
mean, just simple.
This council is sitting here, we are trying
What
to
we're
be
trying to do
extremely
is that
fair
I
to
am
you.
trying, is that, it's a simple thing, I want $20 for the window. It was leaning up against the trailer. I don't know if it has any paper or anything like that, but here, anyway, what it was is that my friend came down and visited me in March of 2019, and we cleaned out 2.5 bags of rat shit out of it here, but in any case, it was a substantial one. It was probably built in the 60s or 70s. It had a propane stove. I had taken 10 number 1 can of survival rice that my friend had gotten out. I still got where I'm at. Essentially, it was a medium-sized camper, and depends on how bad they need the money, it'd probably be worth $500 to $1,200. And that's
You say
pretty-
500 to 1,200?
500 to 1,200. 500 is a low figure. 1,200 would be a high figure. I wouldn't pay more than 1,200 for it. What happened was it had dry rotted tires on it. And in order to remove it unlawfully, what happened, they didn't put tires on the thing. They just, Jim Channel just got his bulldozer and picked it up, and he twisted the tongue to it to where it couldn't be pulled anywhere. Now, when at the end of last year, they were talking about, well, you need to get your trail. I said, I can't get a trail. A, I don't have the money for the tires, and B, if I did have the money for the tires, what I want you to do is I want you to do the same thing that you did. Either put it back on a trailer, you bring it back to where you took it across from the hole, or you go ahead and take it out to my sister's property.
And I remember this conversation,
Yeah.
because it was mentioned in a meeting. Part of the problem, though, Martin, is we don't have a title. Even if we were to say, give that property to you, we couldn't even lawfully hand it back to you at that point, because it was not registered in your name.
I'm not sure it was registered in his name.
So what you're asking is you're asking a group of people to just hand you a check of taxpayers' money on your word because you have a trailer that you have no record
I'm
of.
just simply saying litigation for this matter. Now, I said before, for the major stuff, I'm not inclined to go litigation. I'm inclined to go for payback. But for this small matter, because what
Could you elaborate, what do you mean by payback?
Well, essentially, like I said before, by the way, the day before, Brian Rio had gotten a bogus $4,000 settlement because I dared to sue the city of Granby.
Let's focus on this
Right.
exact.
And it was the day before. I mean, here they are, they're bulldozing down my property without anything. I mean, I thought I'd go ahead and
So-
actually kill some people the next day here when they were bulldozing my property without a court order.
Okay, so what I would like to do,
Okay.
I would like to see, I want some information on this situation. I cannot make decisions just sitting here with nothing in front of me. I have no title. All I have is you saying that you had a trailer there and you
It was
left
there.
it there since 2019.
No, my friend Hal left it there.
No, I mean, it was at the recycle since 2019, correct? Which was,
It was removed because it wasn't, tires were not pulled on it. What happens, Jim Channel from my garage took a bulldozer. He also took another car.
but we're going back to, it's been there since 2019, is that yes or no?
Well,
Is it-
yes.
Okay, so it's been there 2019, 20, 21, 22, 23. You're coming 4 years to a council that has no information on this situation.
And-
So I would advise the council to gather more information on this situation, and maybe we can make a knowledgeable decision,
Don't know
because,
having pictures, but essentially, what happened is that, pretty well, it'd probably be a slam dunk to go ahead, because totally without any court order, without anything, They just simply tore it up.
A slam dunk would be you coming in with a title showing us that we took your property. That would be a
Well,
slam
that
dunk. You don't have proof to help us.
It's
So-
that, you know, I mean, that's what, you know, Kelly was saying, it's abandoned property. I said, no, it's stolen property that you destroyed, you know. And like I said before, I have, essentially have Crooked Ivory, are you gonna come get it? I said, I can't come get it, I don't have any money for some, you know, new tires to put on, he might get it. The damn axle was twisted, the axle was twisted to where you couldn't pull it out.
Okay,
What I wanted
well,
was him
once
trying-
again, we're gonna stop right here because we're getting off track. As far as, we need more information. If you can provide me with a title, with some pictures, with some information on that, that would be great. If the council would take some time to look at, I know some stuff went through the system. I know that there was letters sent out addressing properties that needed to be cleaned up. And I know that I have discussed your properties with you a couple of times. You shot me a price that is so high that
We're talking
you're gonna
about
put us in a
concrete.
position. And that's, so council, what is your thoughts on this situation?
I simply,
I need-
I'm merely asking, is that what happens where I'm out? Pretty well what I want is a place with a propane stove so I can go outside and cook without having to, you know, use air conditioning to go ahead and remove the heat or whatever. You know,
Okay, what you came before us, and you said there was a $20 window,
Well,
and then you
there
gave me a
was a
span
$20
between $500 to $1,200. Let's let the council speak for a minute, because you've thoroughly given us your case
Right.
on that.
My thoughts are we need documentation. We need documentation.
The thing is, if I get the documentation, you'll get the litigation and it'll be a lot more than $500 to $1,200.
Mayor,
But
Yes, ma'am.
I would say since he was indicating that there would be litigation, that the council not comment any further until the.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, pretty well, I just, you know, this is a minor thing. This
So
isn't something.
I would entertain a motion to postpone this so that we can seek legal advice on this situation. I'm seeking that.
I move that we postpone it until we seek legal information.
Okay, Bobby has moved that we postpone this conversation until we have been guided by legal advice.
I'll second.
Gabe has seconded that. All those in favor? 4-0. Thank you, Martin. Okay.
What about the $20 window?
We cannot discuss it any further. We're gonna discuss that. So thank you, Martin.
I just assume you get it cheap rather than me have to go. get it.
Okay. Old business, number 1, an update on the CDs and interest rates. Do you want to fill us in on that, Lana? Or no? You're fine.
I received written information from CBT regarding their CD rates and their checking money market interest rates. They are a little less than some of the notes that I've made. I received over the phone from SMB and Service One in Neosho. I did not receive written proposals from those two banks. CBT is the only one I received a written proposal from. I did call them and inquire if any of their rates were negotiable. They indicated that they were not. But whatever we did decide to do, it was presented to Jamie and myself through legal counsel that all of our accounts had to be at the same bank. So,
So if your checkings account is at CBT, you must go with the CBT
CD rate.
CDs. So making a decision. I looked it up. It is a law. Municipalities must keep their CDs at the same bank that they bank at. That's what we're discussing, as to whether we stick with CBT, which is a local bank, They are interested, they said that these are not negotiable, that they do feel like that they provide
An
an
ass.
asset to the community, and that moving our bank, or our business out of their bank will negatively impact your community. So I'm just telling you that's what we have been through. They said that they are interested in coming to present to the council.
Yeah, they said that they would be happy to come talk with the council about what they can and can't do and what they bring to the community as a local bank. And like I said, they're the only ones who did provide me with a written proposal. I do have other notes I've made other notes. Their rates aren't far off. I mean, they're less than SNB and Service One, but we would also probably need to consider it would take an hour out of somebody's day to go back and forth to the bank daily if we went to a different town.
Oh, you mean first deposits for the city?
Right, right.
So basically, as a council, we just need to think on, do we want to invite them to kind of help us understand why we would keep our accounts with them? Or do we want to make a decision to seek other banks? What?
I would like to hear what they have to say.
Okay. So is that a motion?
Yeah.
So, I apologize for interrupting. If we do postpone this, I would ask that you would consider postponing to July 13th. We will have some CDs mature after that date that we can move from some of the other banks as well. And then with budgets and the fiscal year, I think it would just
Okay.
be a better time.
Okay, I make a motion that we postpone this discussion and hope that CBT can attend a July 13th meeting for a discussion.
Okay, I have a motion to postpone this to July 13th, inviting CBT to be on our agenda. And I have a second from Bill. All those in favor? 4-0. Let me stop my time. Okay. Number 2, discussion on committees, just kind of an update on committees. Anybody want to run with that?
We have actually met with Area Agency on Aging about starting a senior citizen center. So when we get back in touch with her, we actually need to find a dishwasher to put in that facility. So we can start bringing meals to Granby 1 day a week, a lunch, 1 day a week, that will be made in Neosho, brought to our facility, and seniors can come in and have a meal once a week. If it works well, we could expand that and have them come a few more times a week, or whatever the public is going to want. But that's still in discussion, but it is a committee that we need to start putting together. So if anyone is interested in working on that committee, let me know, and we can start that and go from there. We will also include veterans in that.
Yes, we are actually seeking out a portable dishwasher. So if anybody knows of one that's decently priced or free, let us know. The reason we have to have a dishwasher is because the state laws require them to be heated up to a certain temperature, and they will provide the dishware for us, but we have to actually put them in a dishwasher to clean them. That,
Because the expense is outrageous after you've done it for so long.
yeah.
They'll provide regular paper or regular plates and silverware, but we need to be able to clean them.
Yeah, and basically, I mean, they're bringing us food, and the food is going to be free to the senior citizens. No, it's not free, it's $3.50.
It's a requested donation.
A requested donation, $3.50 to the seniors. And then after the seniors have eaten, if they bring somebody that's not a senior citizen, they can eat for $7.50?
$7.
$7. Man, I just can't get it right tonight. It's been a long week. But they can eat also. So they're providing the food, they're providing the plates. They're really going to help us out with a lot of different things. They just can't continually provide paperware over and over again. There's some stuff that we have to pick up the ball on.
And they're actually on the lookout for a dishwasher as well for us. They haven't located one yet, but we told them we would try as well.
Yeah, if we don't have one by the end of the week, I'll make sure that we have one ready, because I told them 2 weeks, and, because this train's rolling. We're not stopping. The ball's not gonna get dropped. This is gonna happen. So. I have not called any yet. Totally intended on doing all of that today, and I have dropped the ball today, but it will not by the end of the week. If I don't have it taken care of, I will purchase it myself. So, just so you know.
You can't call volunteers to wash the dishes afterwards?
They have to be heated up to a certain temperature.
Sterilized.
They have to be sterilized. And that's just our end of the bargain, is we have to make sure that that's in place. Hoops you gotta jump through, but that's okay, because they're helping us, we'll help them.
Were you gonna volunteer to wash dishes?
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm trying for a lower price.
Lower than, you know what, volunteers do get it,
Yeah,
they actually
volunteers get
eat
to eat
free.
for free.
You, after everybody else has already eaten, but volunteers will be able to eat free.
Is it possible that we do one of our breakfasts
We certainly
or
can.
dinners to raise money for the dishwasher?
Yep.
We could,
That'd be a good project.
okay. Any other things on the committees? Okay, moving on to discussion on restructuring the streets department. Jim, did you have a chance to look over that information?
I looked at that stuff here that you gave me about from Neosho, was it?
The main part is I typed up on my own. The Neosho one was just the job description for a street employee. Is there a chance where we can structure that to where you have a specific go-to guy that is your street guy listed underneath that?
Yeah, which, we kind of got him now.
David?
Yeah.
Okay. And I know you guys took a lot of heat for the cutting of the trees over the roads. Sometimes there's a give and take in things, and there's a learning curve. David was driving a tractor. He was cutting the trees because there was complaints about the trees hitting vehicles. He was not able to get off the tractor and rake it at the same time and carry a rake with him. He did go back to that street, checked it that evening, went back this morning, and was accosted by a citizen and cussed at. So I'm asking that citizens understand there is a learning curve to everything we do. Sometimes what we take as how we would do it, we take it for granted how somebody else would do it differently. So work with us. David is doing a great job. He's working very hard. All of the employees right now are working very hard. And it was upsetting to see David discouraged this morning
Yeah.
when I know how much he does and I know how hard he works. So I fielded 4 messages, one of which I was in the middle of the hospital trying to help my aunt. And I got to a point where I finally said, we've offered, this is how we did it. We're looking at it in a different light. We can change the way we can do things here on out and be more efficient if we need to be, and that's the best we can do. It really is. So when we are pushing forward, please be patient and give us the opportunity to fix if we need to. Does that make sense? So thank you for, and I,
And like you said about him, he wears his heart on his sleeve, and that bothers me.
I could tell he went to that person just to even say, hey, you know, I've checked this, is everything okay, what can I do differently? And they just jumped all over him. And you could tell he was very upset, and he was trying to please the situation. So.
What was that graphic about? Chips on the road?
Yeah, there was some small limbs left on the road. I drove my car down there, and we could do better going back and getting those off the road, and that we have a plan, right, Jim?
Yeah.
We have a plan to make sure that that doesn't happen. But everything can't be done through a Facebook message immediately. Like, by the time I received that message, once again, I was dealing with a family member that was in distress.
And it was after hours.
And it was after, well, no, I got, the message came, they sent the message at 2 something, I saw it by,
Gotcha.
basically there was a little bit of an hour lull there. I do have things outside of right here that I have to tend to do at the same time. We all do. And we all have a job to do, so I am not putting my job to the side. But we do ask for patience because none of us can turn a trick immediately. It just can't happen.
Yeah, it's just,
Why
we
they
got
call
the
it
message
not
by,
a street department?
we got the message by 3:30, the ball was resolved by 4.
Right.
Yes,
So, I mean.
they did. It's many people doing, it's hard to explain, but yes, you are, and,
A simple
and,
phone call to the street department, we took care of it pretty quick, obviously.
yeah. And there was phone calls there was text me, there was Facebook messages, there was lots of stuff. So, but, yeah, we try to help people and be there. We are voted in to be there for you guys, and we are here for you guys. Ooh, I drug that one way out. I'm sorry. I'm gonna shut that one down.
The blame falls back on the bus driver.
Okay. Moving
So,
on.
just one quick, so Dave's going to be taking care of this?
David is our street guy.
So he's going to be taking care of the monthly reports and the weekly and the daily and that?
He turns some stuff into me. I
Okay.
can have him write his own if you want. I mean, he pretty well does anyhow.
Yeah.
But he also helps with water leaks and,
I think as long as it comes through your department.
yeah.
Report.
Based
Yeah.
on my monthly report, anything you see with mowing and brush hogging and brush cutting, it's David.
It's Dave, okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, somebody took him down, tore him down, he found him in the ditch. Had to replace him.
Okay, number 5, bill number 903.
This has been posted. This was, previously, I had the wrong RSMO code on that, and so we just need to be approved.
Okay.
We need to do it the same way as an ordinance.
Okay, so I move to accept bill number 903 on the first reading by number and title only after having posted publicly for 10 days.
Okay, Doreen has moved to accept bill number 903 on the first reading. I have a second by Bill. All those in favor? 4-0. Okay.
Bill number 903, an ordinance adopted and enacting chapter 130, section 130.170A, capital including sale tax for parks and recreation purposes for a period of 6 years and setting an effective date for said tax.
Okay, moving on to new business. Bills to pay and balances on hand.
I have a question on the Jackson Family Tire. We have $18 down for a flat repair, but then we have another bill on here for $1,490. What's that for? It's on the transaction list by vendor. It's both there, yeah. It is on May 2023, Jackson Family Tire.
Oh, I have a different.
There's one for May something through the 16th
May
of
and
July.
May
Yeah.
18th through the 9th.
This is on the transaction list for May of 2023.
For the vendor list.
The,
While you're looking that up, I'm gonna go on to another. What is the geotechnical engineering that we paid that says Grove Gravy for $7,700?
That was the core drilling on that property. It was part of that grant money for them to to drill to see if they
So
could.
we pay for that out of grant money?
We granted them a grant, and they utilized that for their core drilling.
But it goes through our transactions?
Yeah, we pay for it, we write the checks for it.
They bring us the invoices.
Okay. The next question I have is, how much was our bid for the bathroom remodel at Big Spec Park?
200, I think.
The
Oh, no,
bathroom
on the bathroom remodel.
It was, what?
I think it was 32,000, we paid out of ARPA, but then it ended up costing an additional 4,000, 2,000 for electric,
Boxes.
that had to be taken care of, and $2,000 for, dividers.
Bathroom stone.
And that was paid for out of the 1/8, the additional money was paid for out of 1/8.
Our tax. The, DTOM Technologies, the IT contract, is that a renewal, or is that
No,
just something we had to pay for?
I think it actually may have been 3 months of the contract.
When does that
No,
come?
I did. It is something.
It's on this May.
Where's this name?
Yeah, and that was 3 months and I'm paying for these months.
How long is that contract?
I would have to look at it, I almost have to do that. I think it's January to December, but.
Thank you.
Hey, Lana, I don't wanna, like, pick on you or anything, but is there a way to get these straight?
Yeah. I do it this way.
Maybe if we import it to an Excel spreadsheet, maybe we can just work.
So I mean, the first couple's fine, and then you get to one, and it's like, okay, wait a minute, where's it lined up?
And you're still waiting on me, Bobby, I'm still looking.
No, that's okay. I have another question too. So I was questioning about the Quill Corporation. Where are we paying a membership?
Actually, we get that back over the course of the year through free shipping and, like, if they have good deals on, say, paper or something like that, we get the best price. The first year we did it, their promise was that if we didn't save that money back, they would reimburse us, and they have more than.
Okay. So it's basically like a Amazon Prime membership with the free ship, I mean, kind of in a stretching way.
This is gonna sound a little nitpicky, and I do apologize, but when we vote on something, our vote was not to exceed a certain amount. Probably need to make sure that if you're going to purchase these items, for example, paint for the bathrooms, I think we voted that it was not to exceed $200, and it was $304. So I know that's not a huge difference, but probably need to keep those in mind when you head to the store, because the council voted it at a certain amount, we really need to keep at those amounts. And I know there's taxes involved and all that jazz, but just have to keep that in mind.
It looks like the Jackson Tire was from April through May, and it was numerous things. It was flat repairs. Terry's really good about putting on the memo line what it's for at that time.
When they have us sign for the checks, we have a stack of all the receipts that are connected to the check, and we take it on the.
Okay, guys, take into consideration, I'm just trying to get a handle on everything, okay? So who is Core and Main? What is Core and Main?
When we buy all of our water supply.
Okay.
Repair plants, water pipe,
Okay. And Ferguson Enterprises,
that was the same.
the same
I
thing?
always tried to use two different ones to be just fair, I guess. Ferguson is kind of dropped the ball on me, so
Okay,
most everything now is going through Corn Bank.
okay.
All the base rock we purchased last month, where did that go?
To the road work on Vance Street, that would be out of the EPA money.
Okay. Okay.
I'm sure that's what you're asking about. I think there's,
Yeah, there was $1,000 and $500, 8 loads and 4 loads.
yeah, that's what,
Okay, thank you.
Did Terry know that? And she, Terry's right now.
you better know you do 5 cents.
Which was another thing that Kimberly discussed today, because of the changeover in personnel, it's gonna slow that street repair down on the, what was it?
East Cemetery.
East Cemetery. So, just so you know, we were informed today that our person, our go-to lady for the EPA has actually accepted a different position, which is shifting in new personnel, which is going to slow us down on several projects. Just because it's a changeover, they have to move things from this person to that person and retrain. So. Do we have any other questions on the?
The employee drug testing, is that gonna stop now that we're using?
Unfortunately, no. Terry spoke with them when they came in to do the randoms and called Dr. Shepherd's office, and they do not drug test for PHMSA. They will do all the other, like the new hires and all of that, yes. But not the specific PHMSA test for the gas system. So we'll save us some money.
Some, but just, okay.
What did we use the forklift for?
Victor used it, didn't you?
Yeah, to put in that floating aerator.
Yeah.
It saved us about $2,000 instead of having a contractor.
Yeah. I thought that might be what it was. I bet it was, yeah.
You had it in your report, did you not?
I guess I need to read closer. And this is just a random question because I have no idea. But the municipal court fines, does that all go back into our police department? Where does the fine money go to?
Cannot go into the.
It can't? Okay.
They all go into the general fund.
General? Okay. Thank you. I knew I had another question. It's showing we spent $76.32 on 3 separate logbooks. What kind of logbooks were those to cost $76?
I know we
It's-
buy logbooks for the wastewater plant, and they're numbered, and
Uh-huh.
it just, we keep a daily log out there.
Yeah. Well, these are mileage logs.
Oh,
And there was 3 of them, fire, sewer, and general fund. That's 3 separate occasions where we spent $76.32 on a logbook for mileage.
Do that because I purchased it personally and they were $4 each. So,
I saw that and I was kind
Look, I got it.
yeah.
I'm gonna walk in at the glove.
yeah, that's what it's showing on here on supplies.
I'll add that to my notes because I personally ordered those and they were.
It's $76. I think we need to frame it.
Where are you seeing that?
It is on, which one is it? It's the,
55 by 70 frame.
First National Bank, under general fund, 525 of 23. I think they're all printed that though, no? Yeah, 525 of 23.
Oh, that's, okay.
Any other questions?
Yes, I do have one. On our account balances, it's showing savings in the police department, $378. I thought we cleared that out with training and ammo.
It's likely that we haven't received a bill for the ammo yet.
Okay.
I'll follow up on that tomorrow. But if we haven't received the bill, I think the ammo was just approved 5/23 or something.
Okay.
It's possible we don't have the bill yet.
This quote number, I'm assuming the soft, easy read, that is for water meters. Am I correct? It's a quotation. It says El Dorado Easy Read Pro Touch Meter Reading Software for Android version 2.2 with GPS and picture taking ability.
Those are upgrades to the tablets that the guy received.
Okay. And
New tablets as well, because the tablets that we have are 5 years old.
okay. So it was showing an amount of $590, but then handwritten in here, it's written $1160 each. Is that the
It was $590.
$590 each? Okay. The unit price it says is $295.
So there are 4 components to that. We have to have the upgrade to the software.
Okay.
And then the new tablet.
Okay.
That goes back to the reason that's changed, and we'll discuss that in a few minutes, because we discussed with OWN and the water system that the upgrade is necessary due to our new water system that we're putting in order to qualify for specific grants and to please this the DNR requirements. We must do a lead line survey, and pictures, they're requiring pictures with this. And so what this is going to do is it's going to upgrade them to where they can take a picture of the service lines. It's also going to ask citizens to take pictures of their lines within their own home and turn this in. We have to be as thorough as possible. They were extremely particular about making sure that we don't put any I don't knows, unsures, anything like that. We must be sure of everything as far as lead lines, and
Okay.
that's why that's there.
Okay.
So.
I'll make a motion that we accept those pay balances on hand.
Second.
I have a motion to accept the bills to be paid and balances on hand, and a second by Bobby. All those in favor? 4-0. Okay, moving on to department head reports. This would be the great time to ask those questions about what we discussed and where we're at in the process.
Okay. Jim, you've already ordered the gas here, we're just waiting on it.
Yeah, waiting on them. They had to come in and cut it in and weld it.
Okay. We talked about selling the black police car, and as well as what we were gonna do with the admin car. Has there been a decision made? Has there been any?
I have,
Okay. But the black police car, do you know, Chance?
No, I don't have a clue.
He checked on it, he said that he thought it was worth $4,400. That's what he was telling me. And I don't know if it's done anything other than that.
So I can discuss that with him tomorrow.
Okay.
I will make a note to
Can,
message him.
on the other car, just, I don't know if we can discuss it now or if we have to wait till this next meeting, but what about Catherine? Catherine needs something to drive for animal control.
I noticed her report says there was 18 strays taken in last month. That is a lot of strays.
I mean, it'd be something for her to, rather than using her own vehicle to go around and pick them up.
What does she use
The
now?
police department?
I think there was some talk about her using the older SUV that the city has with the grants for police or RV.
Okay.
I do remember discussing it.
This will be directed to you, Victor. The temporary position, did we put a date on that? I thought we said we would revisit it after an amount of time, but I do not remember what that time was.
I don't recall that. I think we talked about posted for hiring.
Yeah, has that been posted?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be great to go on the website like the utility clerk is on there now.
And the last thing I'll ask about from the previous meeting was the school zone signs that those been purchased?
They've been ordered yet.
Okay, thank you.
FYI, on the, I got a phone call from Brian Barker, and he believes they're ready to come back Monday.
Great.
So he will be on the job before tomorrow.
So will that eliminate our part-time position? Or will Victor just use him when he needs him now?
Yeah, and not just yet, but we got to get to that.
So can you get a date on that? Like a month or anybody else have?
I have a question on vehicle ID number 2. My papers got all mixed up, so I have no idea who drives to or anything else. But I've noticed on the mileage log, we're showing a total of 197 miles driven, but the actual odometer readings was 366 miles. I have 3. Yeah, they're not matching up. If you go from the ending to the starting.
I wonder if it was totally after May 31.
I don't, the last time it was driven was the 8th, June 8th.
Well, I'm saying it's maybe the date of May total, I don't know. I'm not looking.
Yeah. This is what blew my mind whenever I saw that $76.32.
Yeah. What was May, 197 is for the total for May.
Total for May, okay.
Victor, you drive your own personal truck because you don't have a department head vehicle like the rest of them, correct?
There used to be one, but the motor went up in.
So you use your own truck. Do we pay for your gas on that?
Yeah.
Okay,
That's why I went ahead and started.
okay, I appreciate that.
Jim, I like your new utility head report.
Yeah, who's doing that for you?
It might not be the same day. I don't have that.
You don't have the template?
Well, it gives us a better idea of what you guys are doing throughout the week. Since Brian is coming back on Monday, can you get a team out there to get that water?
We've got that and the water line out at Marks, we've got to get in.
So,
Water leak.
That's a lot of intake.
backyard.
So we're gonna
18
hit the
stray animals
four
in May.
running on those.
So that's
Okay.
a lot.
Can we, I'm gonna be picky, guys. Whoever's driving these vehicles, we put their names on them, because all I see is vehicle 1, 2, whatever. And they're, I'm living at math nerd, and I did some math, and we're getting 5 miles to the gallon on these trucks. 5 miles to the gallon. Yeah.
Probably on behind the vehicle too.
Yes.
Yeah, that's. I'll do that.
Whose vehicle's that?
That's our utility truck.
The white one that they drive around? And number 3, there, did you purchase any fuel at all? Was it you, Victor, did you put, when you purchased fuel on that, just write it on here in these notes? Get a gas receipt, put it on there so we can kind of make sure we're
Oh, okay.
catching everything, if you don't mind?
I'll go ahead and staple the receipt to it.
Well, you gotta
Your
want to
your
send me the
receipt
receipt.
shows-
If you just write the amount and the date that you got it on this, where, you know, during the mileage that you're doing, I would appreciate that.
I would say their receipts go with.
Yeah, they
the-
have to go with that.
Yeah. Any other questions for the department head? I would entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion, we approve the department head reports.
I have a motion by Gabe and a second by Bill. All those in favor? 4-0. Okay. Okay, moving on to number 3, Rico. He is not here right now. He went home early due to an illness. He is seeking, first we'll start off with the sale of the dog box. It says they have a dog box, it has 2 entrances. They feel like it is inhumane to use. They would like to sell it. He has given us a picture of one that is for sale that gives us kind of an idea of what it looks like. They range anywhere between $1,200 to $1,400 brand new. The statement was made he'd like to sell it and put the money into improvements at the dog pound. How does the council feel about that?
My only thing with that, Jamie, is if you have a vicious dog, you can put it in the backseat or tap it in the back of her car.
Is that what they've been doing?
No, Catherine has a big cage, a single cage she puts in the back, she puts them in.
But, I mean, it was purchased used for $300 is what we paid.
It's just super small though, is the problem.
This is?
Yeah, like when the dog is thrown in.
It's a regular hunting box. Yeah, you like the bird out in there.
Yeah.
It's a aluminum box.
So what she has now kind of has a bigger opening to get him in there a little easier. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a cage you would put inside your house.
A kennel, okay,
Great.
yeah.
So my concern is, it sounds to me like Catherine and Rico have both discussed this. They don't utilize it, correct? So I understand that it was purchased in the past for a reason, but if,
When they had the truck.
okay. But if we're not utilizing it, it's up to the council. What we end up doing is we keep things around and it either comes up missing or it gets, it just rusts away. So that's kind of a council decision. If we're not utilizing it, we don't plan on it.
So if we bought it used for, what did you say, 300?
300, I believe.
I don't know that we're gonna get 12 or 14, but I'm all for selling it if it's just,
We might make
in a
some
way.
off of it.
Yeah, we might make some off of it now.
What's scrap metal go for?
Well, I mean, and it might be, everything goes up in time, and so its value, even used, might be higher now than it was then, so you never know.
What we have to be listed for bids, so.
Not, discussed this about the vehicle didn't have to be up for bid. So, I don't know. Lana's gonna figure that out. She's frantically writing things down. I'm gonna narrate. Thank you, Lana.
Well, if you find out that we do not have to have that bid, I'd like to let them go ahead and proceed with selling this item.
So basically, Doreen has made a motion stating that if they have to put it up for bid, it'll be put up for bid, otherwise they need to sell it at a competitive rate. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a second from Bobby. All those in favor? 4-0. Okay, the second part of Rico's request is, he would like to put on a part-time officer with the benefit of access to our doctor, but no actual insurance or stipend to be paid beyond that. So, he's seeking a part-time officer.
So he's already got the part-time.
No. He does not have a part-time officer. He would like, right now, we have 4 officers. If you have any officers down at any point in time, you cannot have full coverage, 24-hour coverage with 4 people. It's just not going to happen. So what he's trying to do is alleviate some of the pain of if somebody takes a vacation day or if they're sick for the day, and try to work this to where we can have more coverage, yes.
So would this person be just like a floater and fill in, or would he or she be scheduled 20 hours a week?
They would be scheduled, how many hours did we discuss? We discussed,
Not more than 20, because according to our personnel policy, if they work up to 25, then they're benefits.
and we need to address that in our,
Well, we'll be giving them benefits.
well, no, just the only benefit he's asking for is the benefit of the doctor, so.
Yeah.
But-
So we discussed,
Typically work unemployed.
no. I just, did we? Excuse me. Oh, you go ahead.
He currently works at reserves up to 20 hours, not each, but combined. So the money's already expended if we're talking about $15 an hour, which is what he typically.
That's what I was gonna ask, so.
The additional cost would be $65 a month. for doctor. And he wants to call it a part-time position, a permanent part-time position as opposed to a reserve position.
So that they can be like on the set schedule. Reserves are basically called in for different things, and it's kind of, yeah. So he was hoping to get somebody on more on a regular basis.
Do you have room on his budget for that?
Well, he has,
Or is this for the next year's?
that's personally what I would like to see is discuss it. Budget. That's my personal preference.
Yeah, I was gonna say, can we just make a motion that we postpone this and see if we can include it in next year's actual budget for the police department?
Doreen has made the motion to postpone this to the July 13th meeting to put it in the new budget. Do I have a second?
Second.
And a second from Gabe. All those in favor? 4-0. Okay, that covers all of Rico's. Do you want to call Robin right now? Before, while she's dialing Robin, number 4 is discussing a plan and design for the system with OWN. OWN is actually, it was formerly known as Anderson Engineering. They're the ones that are working on the engineering plans for our water system. They came to us the other day and was discussing the needs to go ahead with our design plans.
Hi. Uh-oh. Hold on, let me turn mine.
That's their new, that is their
Okay.
new logo, new name.
I have Robin. I'm going to turn that around, Robin, where you can see everybody. Hi, Jeff.
Okay.
Okay. Give that to you and pass that down if you want.
Hi, guys. Hello, Robin and Jeff. we have it up as loud as we can get it?
I
Okay,
think
I got
so.
you all turned up. Okay. Basically, we're at the agenda item to discuss the plan design. Can you explain to the council one of the reasons why we've been suggested to go ahead and get that design going?
Okay, hi everyone, thanks for letting us chime in here. The upside of letting us go ahead and starting design ahead of finding out if the funding is approved is because in order to get to that final approval stage, you have to have your construction plans and documents submitted and a construction permit obtained and the environmental work done. Now that doesn't have to take place at this time. It can wait until you see what the final draft planning list looks like. But if you are lower on the list and you get your final documents submitted before another community that is higher on the list, it increases your chances of getting that final approval and you can jump ahead of other communities. So you do have, you did put in an application for doing the design work. So it's a 0% interest to help with the engineering fees. And when funding gets approved, then that loan just gets absorbed back into your funding package for the overall project. If for some reason it didn't get approved, then that loan would have, I think it's a 2-year process to make arrangements. Everything is reimbursable because you guys did pass your bond election. So we did confirm with DNR, since you've gone through the RFQ process, you passed your bond election, so then it lets you be reimbursed back for any of the fees that you do pay.
Okay, and in our meeting the other day, it was my understanding that this is, this design plan, the preliminary and the environmental are all something we have to do no matter what. Basically, what you're saying is this is going to give us that competitive edge on some of the other communities to rank a little higher if we go ahead and go forward with that.
Absolutely, that's very well said. So the design, the preliminary, and the environmental costs are coming straight out of the engineering report. And so that's where those figures coming from. And yes, it gives you a competitive edge with the funding that is out there. There've been a lot of communities that have applied, and you guys are going to come in. You have a very strong need with your, especially with your loss and waste. I feel very confident being the very large bond issue passed showing the community support. I feel very strongly that this is going to get approved. However, where you come in on the list and how many other communities are ahead of you is just something we have to wait and see. But by taking the steps to go ahead and self-fund, if possible, to allow us to jump ahead and get the construction documents done, it could put you well above other communities that may have a little bit more priority points, and it increases your chances tremendously. And the other nice thing is, with our firm, we are in a spot right now that our crew is available to start design, and so then timing works out very well to not only help you guys, but it's in a position of us being in a point where we can take this on, and we wouldn't be holding you up when you were ready, and then us being tied up with other projects. So timing is kind of at a perfect spot if the city is agreeable. And in a place that you can do that, absolutely. So the things that are needed is the design, so that would be the construction plans, the preliminary, that's the planning, that's the contract documents, the technical specifications, and then the environmental. And the nice thing is the environmental, we would hire someone to do that through us as an additional service through our contract. But that can be taking place concurrently, and an environmental could take up to 6 months to get approved. So by getting the jump on that is another advantage, because that could really be a delay.
Okay, And so it's my understanding from the other day, my notes basically say it was $268,500 for the design, $30,000 for the preliminary, and $10,000 for the environmental. Does that sound correct?
That's correct. That's correct.
Which is all, could be a 0% loan. However, we would need to pay a bit on it monthly after we decide to do that.
Yes, absolutely. And so then what it would be is for you to tell us what is agreeable to the city, what works well without putting you guys in a position. And then we put together a work order just for those fees. And no other phases move forward until there is an ordinance approving us to go forward, meaning funding is in place, and then we are authorized to go on to the next step, which at that case would be bidding the project.
Okay, so basically, council, what these guys are saying, they're being proactive. They know that we don't have to have this done by October, but they know that we want this system to go in and get in place. We don't want to kick the can down the road. So what they're offering is they have time to go ahead and jump on this and get it started. They're offering us an opportunity to do this at 0% interest right now if we want to go ahead and move forward. This is something that's going to be required later no matter what. So is there questions from the council you have for Robin? I can add it all together. Okay.
I make a motion that we allow to move forward with the construction plans, the preliminary text steps, and the environmental portion.
Okay, so Doreen has made the motion to allow to move forward with the design plan, the preliminary plan, and the environmental. Bill has seconded that motion. All those in favor? 4-0. Thank you, Robin. They have went ahead and passed that. And I'm sorry, go ahead.
The next item, the RFP to complete the lead line survey.
I appreciate that. So what would the next thing would be is, as we talked about, since you guys did select this intercity engineer, we're going to get a engineering agreement over to you, and we will make those 3 items only as being part of the work order. If you will come back and let us know how you want that to work at like what dollar amount per month you want us to continue at that, we can do that, or we can set it for the full amount. So that's going to be that is a council decision to let us know how you want that invoiced. And the 2 options are if the funds are in place where you can do those 3 phases, then we will do them with a not to exceed. If it needs to be on a monthly basis, the upside there is it's dependent upon whatever is a good monthly amount that doesn't harm the city. And should it come back and for some reason the council decides they want us to pause, we can stop where we are at that point, and then you wouldn't incur any fees beyond where you tell us to stop unless you want us to move forward. So we can kind of go both directions.
And we had previously discussed, Jamie and I, that $1,000 a month, if that was accepted as a home, that the water fund could manage to do that, $1,000 monthly, the council on the vote to start doing that, and then Robin, could your, contract reflect that? And is that what you're saying?
Yes, absolutely. We can do that. We can tie it to $1,000 a month, and we will continue on until either we're stopped or funding is approved to complete the rest of the design, and then we would enter into the DNR contract at that point.
Any thoughts?
No.
So I would entertain a motion on that part.
Who's this?
Okay, Bill has moved that we set that payment to $1,000 a month for the water. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
I have a second by Gabe. All those in favor? 4-0.
And this will be woman for Anderson Engineering who wants to actually sell you the next step, correct?
We have already entered into a contract with Anderson Engineering, which is actually owned at this point in time. They've changed their name, they've rebranded. We are already in that contract with them. Basically, she's telling us our next step because we're getting a water system. Our next step to getting this water system is to create a design. We can drag our feet and wait until October, or we can do it right now. And 0% interest, and we're moving forward anyways, we may as well go right now.
And you're going to go ahead and actually sell the bond for $11,000, correct?
We have not stated that. That has never been stated.
But
What's
the
your-
bond wasn't going to go forward with bond issue yet, correct?
The bond was passed, yes.
And then Robin, were we gonna talk about the RFP and complete that red line survey?
Yeah, we absolutely can. So on that survey, that is something that DNR and EPA has come back and the entire, I believe it's countrywide, but I do know for sure Missouri-wide, has got to do a lead copper service line inventory. And that inventory, the draft inventory has to be submitted to DNR by October 16th of 2024. And you did receive a grant, and the grant amount is let's see, I think it's $150,900. $130,900 is in the form of a grant, and $20,000 is in form of city match. And the RFP is going out and getting requests for proposals for work to be done. Because it is a grant, none of the grant funds can be used for city personnel. City personnel can assist in obtaining information or doing research, but none of the grant funds can be used to pay city personnel. It has to go to a contractor or a consultant. And so what we are recommending is putting out an RFP to various companies that can help with the on-site review of your system, and also or during research to review data, any of the documents that the city may have on hand. There's various different things that can be looked at to try to determine if there is lead in the system, and information needs to be put into a spreadsheet basically that then gets turned into DNR. You do not have to take the grant. If you take the grant, there are a lot of regulations that have to be met. There's a lot more restrictions. However, at this point, we think it would be wise to just get some quotes and see what kind of costs look like, and then let you guys determine if you want to move forward or not. And if you do, at that point, you let DNR know that you want to pursue go ahead and take the grant and proceed with the work. The review and the inventory has to be done regardless. It's mandated. You do not have to take the grant, though, and you could do the work with city personnel if you decided that the quotes come in too high, and you want to go a different direction. However, regardless, October 16th, 2024, you have to have something submitted. And at a no fee, we have Bree in our office has already started putting together a draft proposal that you guys can use. You can take it and modify it however you want. And we have just a very few list of contractors that are doing this type of work that you can solicit to. I think there was talk of maybe a local company there that you may want to send it to as well. But the one thing about it is you really want to document going through the process, following all the regulations, so that way if you decide that you want to accept the grant and accept the proposals, then you have everything in place.
Okay. Do we want to make a motion to go ahead and do an RFP then?
I make a motion that we get quotes from the other contractors. Is that what we need, Robin?
The RFP.
Yeah, yes. Yeah, so in this case, it's a request for proposal. Just like when you guys were hiring us as your engineer, you had to do a request for qualifications, meaning that we couldn't put any type of pricing for our services. When you get to do a request for proposals, you do get to get a quote for the actual price. So that's the difference. In this type of work, is allowable to have a request for proposal. So then you can make your decision based on the cost that's being sent to you and decide how you want to pursue. Now, should you decide that you don't want to take any of those and you want to proceed with your own personnel, then we could help in a manner of giving guidance just on an hourly basis just to assist you. But as a consulting firm, it's something that we can assist with in the fact of preparing the proposal, because we're not going to submit on this qualifications ourselves. So it would be sending it off to another company that is specifically helping just with the inventory, and they have a background and they could give you better guidance.
So Doreen has made the motion to go ahead and send out a request for proposal. Do I have a second?
Second.
And I have a second on that by Bill. All those in favor? 4-0.
Okay, Robin, thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you guys. Have a good meeting.
You too.
Okay, and I don't know if you guys caught all that. Some of this stuff kind of goes over my head, and then I have to listen again and soak it in, because there's a lot of information here. The lead line inventory is basically checking for lead lines in our system and in houses. So we're going to have a lot of citizens saying, well, why do you want a picture in my house? Why do you want to know this? We have to put door hangers on houses. We have to really talk to everybody we can to see, do you have lead in your homes? Are they going to fix it? We don't know as far as in the home, because we're not responsible for inside the homes or past the meter. But we are responsible for checking our lines. But we have to, she said, over document. Don't put any unknowns. Be as specific as possible. So we're going to need citizens to really work with us. We do not want DNR to come down on us on this or any red flags that says we may not be turning in enough information. So our goal is to get as much information over document. The only thing bad about the grant that she was discussing is that money cannot be paid to any of our employees for gathering the information, and they have to gather the information. So we cannot hire somebody to go check the meters and take the pictures. Our employees have to do that. The only thing that we can utilize that grant money for is to hire a consulting agency to take a look at what our information, what we've done, and to check to make sure we've dotted our I's and crossed our T's. Am I summing that up good enough? Okay. So it was a lot of information to take in one day, but that's basically, so in the future, by October 16, 2024, we have to have all that documentation. So you will get door hangers on your doors. Employees will be asking people, what kind of pipes do you have? Can you take a picture and send it to us? Those kind of things. We're not sure exactly how we're going to follow through with all of it yet, Jim, but we do have a plan coming forward, correct?
Yeah, that might, that would explain it.
Yeah. So that's what's coming down the pipelines. That's why, that's the vote, just to clarify.
And it'll go off of, like, for instance, here in the audience, you guys are exempt when you walk into our homes. So that's. Oh, she mentioned copper.
Lead.
Just lead.
Lead. Just lead. Yeah. And I very well may have said something crazy, because it's.
Well, I just caught the word copper. I was gonna ask how that related to lead.
No, just lead. We're looking for lead. But if you have copper lines, we need to know. We need a picture of it, and you know what I mean? Like this, it seems very obtrusive, but it's necessary. So.
Only in our homes.
Gotcha. Okay.
The exemption's based on the needs of the house? That EPA, they don't, so I don't want pictures. It's not. Okay.
I'll have to look at you, I believe it's, post 85, I believe, is when the first red rule passed.
Okay. Good on, okay, we're gonna move forward on number 6, discussion, moving city council meetings to the second and fourth Thursday instead of Tuesday. There are several people that it would work much better for, and Gabe's gonna take off with this one.
Hi. What do I gotta do?
You need to make a motion if that's
Okay.
the case.
Yeah, I mean, do you guys need to discuss?
We need to create an ordinance, so
Oh.
your motion would be that we create an ordinance.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we create an ordinance to move council meetings to the second and fourth Thursdays of the month.
So Gabe has made a motion to create the ordinance to move those meetings to second and fourth Thursday. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, a second by Bobby. All those in favor? 4-0. So when that ordinance goes in, that will just repeal the other one. You won't need that. Okay. I'm learning too as we go sometimes. Okay, fireworks resolution. I know there was some discussion and some concern about this, council.
Yes. I think starting the 20th of June on fireworks is just way too early. That gives us 3 weeks of fireworks. And I know most of us work, well, most work.
This is so.
No, this is shooting them off from June the 20th through June the 29th.
So the first portion of that resolution is for the sale of.
Yes, yes.
And
And
then the bottom portion
it's for shooting them off.
Okay, so, so basically you're good with the sale of it on the top part.
Yes,
When you're getting to the shoot the fireworks from, where it says June 20th through the 29th, and July 2nd and July 3rd. 9 to 9. Well, the other ones, I guess they're weekend days, which makes it 9 a.m. to 12 a.m. July 1st, June 30th, July 1st, and July 4th.
Used to always kind of be like for the first or the fifth
yeah.
shooting.
And, I mean, my thoughts are the 23rd and the 24th, a Friday and Saturday night. You know, let them shoot them off 9 to 9, and then again on the 2nd and 3rd. But when we go all through the week, even 9 to 9, there's a lot of people that get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. They're in bed by 8 o'clock. So you've got fireworks going off, and you know they're not going to stop at 9. They never do. I just think we need to cut down on the time that we allow them to shoot them off.
And that's within city limits.
Yes, that's-
something we can control, so.
I say, what was the purpose with the June weekend?
I don't know. It's just on here that they allow citizens to shoot them off from June the 20th through the 29th, July 2nd and 3rd, all that from 9 to 9, and then the June 30th, July 1st, and the 4th from noon to 12.
So do you think the June 20th part should change to the 26th?
Well,
26th, which is a week before the 4th of July? Am I looking?
let me look at my,
I have a calendar.
Or like if you want to do weekend, you could do 23rd, 24th. Be Friday and Saturday.
yeah.
So starting June 23rd?
Like the 23rd and the 24th, which would be a Friday and Saturday. And then we have the 30th, the 1st, and the 4th. I just think the 23rd and 24th. I don't
So-
think we need to shoot them off the 26th through the 29th.
So you're saying Monday through Thursday, you don't think they should be shooting them off?
No.
So what you would propose is you're saying Friday the 23rd, Saturday the 24th should be
9 to 9.
9 to 9. Then you turn around again and then, so the 30th through the 4th? After that?
Well, July 2nd and 3rd also from 9 to 9. That'll be a Friday and a Saturday. And then come down here on the 30th, which is Friday, the 1st, which is Saturday, and then also the 4th of July from 9 to midnight. That way, Monday, we have them shooting off.
We're going too fast.
Okay.
I'm sorry. So you're saying July 1st and 2nd,
No,
June
June
30th.
30th and July 1st.
June 30th.
Yeah, that would be,
The bottom line's good.
So
yeah,
that's what I'm,
yeah, the bottom line,
the bottom
yeah.
line's fine, but the top one, we needed to change it to the 23rd through the 24th, 9 to 9. So basically, you want them to be able to start shooting fireworks starting on the 23rd, but not the next week after that.
Right, let them shoot it on the weekend. The pre,
July 2nd, July 3rd. July 2nd is Sunday
right.
before the 4th.
I don't have a problem. A lot of people are off work on,
Well, you're off on the 4th, but you're going to work on the 5th, so you're working here.
Yeah, exactly, so,
Your logic doesn't.
If you're selling fireworks, you ain't gonna stop the kids from shooting fireworks.
Right.
I'm afraid if we restrict it too much, they're gonna fire them off anyways, and Rico's gonna be busy.
It's
Right.
gonna get confusing. If you allow them on the 23rd, 24th, and then don't allow them the next week, I think you're gonna have a problem.
Okay.
So you probably need to start at some point and finish at some point, and it just be a
If
chunk.
you're selling them, you ought to be able to shoot them.
Yeah. You're not keeping any different hypocrisy, you're putting it over there.
Well, yeah, we could do that too. Not let them start selling them so early.
You do.
Do they have sellers in the city limits?
Do we? I don't know. Are we gonna have anybody selling?
I'm sure Matt Hearn will.
Matt, in the city limits?
There's always a couple of them in the city.
They're gonna go somewhere else. That's gonna take our revenue away from.
Right.
Yeah, if you start restricting your sales in your city, then you're gonna have people not putting the tents up. 'Cause
Right.
If you only do this, then you're gonna cut them back. I'm not as concerned as whether, if you're selling them, they're not allowed to shoot them, that doesn't bother me as much. But the chunks of time where you can't, that's gonna be difficult.
That's, yeah.
I don't have a problem with it either way. I mean, 9 p.m.'s, that's good for me, so. But you guys can.
How do y'all feel about it?
You know what, if you can buy them, you can shoot them, you can buy them year round, but that's not.
That's true.
So what if you started on the weekend before, the 23rd, 24th, from 9 to 9, and carry that through to the 29th? And then from 9 to 9.
So, you wanna say you have to stop shooting at 9, but yet you do a firework event here where you shoot after 9?
Well, that's not every, like,
It's
the
one
4th
day.
of July, you shoot them one time. And honestly, it says 12 on, there's 1, 2, 3 days.
The 9 o'clock is just weekdays.
It's weekdays,
It's not
yeah,
weekend.
yeah. It's just like not running them till 12 every single night of it, yeah.
What would be wrong with just the weekend prior to the fourth? No.
What if you started at the 26th and did it to the 4th? That's a good solid week. No, the sales they can still sell them, they just
Just-
can't shoot them in city limits.
Oh, okay.
Is the concern.
All right. Victor, what are your thoughts?
Yeah.
I'm not selling this year in Granby, so I don't have a dog in the fight.
That's one of the
This sales
problems
really
with,
went down after old mining down days.
Yeah.
moved. That really drew a lot. Map themselves, I don't think so, no. So, yeah, I don't think Granby will even have a tent this year.
What about the 23rd and 24th? And then the 30th and the 1st, and then the 4th. That way it's just weekend and the 4th.
I like that idea. But I've had several people come to me with concerns of it being a 3-week window. Not only people that's wanting to sleep, but also the animals, the cattle, the dogs, the cats, the wildlife. It's an awful long time. Think how many dogs we could have go missing once the fireworks start. I don't have any more, Jim, so they're not for me.
Off 1 year, wind down.
This is fine, if they come back.
Yeah.
But for the 20th to the 4th is only a 2-week window right there. But, I don't,
I thought you were gonna cut down on all the law that you have.
what's that supposed to mean?
Well,
Make it more.
the law we have right now states, what was it, Jim, you said? Before it's been like from the 30th through the 5th or something like that, or 4th?
They usually done the fifth, I never.
When
Yeah.
I was a kid, it was a week. I remember it was a week, and we popped them during the day, but we weren't out every night popping them in the dark. And
And I said, I never understood why they done the day after, but it was always to the fifth.
You give the nippers a chance to go ahead and blow off the ones that are left over from the 4th. always been the way you blow off.
We always run out before. Blowing up campfires. So I don't have a problem with the week before, but I mean, it's really council's decision.
It's gonna happen anyway.
We're not selling
Someone might. Like, who was the one, like, from the school or something, didn't they say?
Lions Club, don't they always do? Lions Club does a tent?
No, we did the tent, and we'd give 10% of the proceeds to the Lions Club.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
So they
that's
just,
how
they
that
just ran it
worked.
for you and then.
No, they didn't run it for it, we ran it.
There was always.
They got a good deal out of it.
Where were you at? Where?
They're at the corner.
Oh, the corner, that was you?
Where
Okay.
Casey's is gonna be.
Okay.
And that's another reason too, since Casey's is on it. But we're at King Saver and Edgewood too, so come by and look.
Nice little fun there, buddy.
Oh, geez. You bet.
When you run out the first week, you know.
So if nobody in town's selling them, why do they need 2 weeks to shoot them? Give them like the 1st through the 5th and call it good.
It's gonna be brand new. Gonna buy it.
You're gonna buy them from them, yeah.
Yeah, I guess if
You should,
we're not,
you should
we're
probably
not,
at least give them a week.
I mean, we're not making money off, so.
Looks like last year's was the 28th, 29th, 30th, 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th.
Yeah, that was like that week right there, before and up to it, yeah.
Yeah, 9 other than
Just be 2 weeks
Yeah,
of selling fireworks.
those split weekends, yeah, now, if you set a date of, let's start here, then,
It was when we had that COVID thing. I mean,
And honestly, even the 9 to 9, nobody's gonna pay attention.
No, they won't. So you think if we started on the 26th, well, actually, it would start the 23rd, because the 26th Monday.
Go to the 5th.
Start the 23rd and go to the 5th? Or just go to the 4th?
I'd go with 4th, I'd go
Yeah.
23rd and 4th.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So June the 23rd.
8 minutes,
Yes, I'm sorry, I forgot to say my Thank you, that scared me too. Okay, 8 minutes is up, guys, make a decision. Let's move on here.
23rd to the
Mr. Catrilla has suggested that we change the second section to the 23rd through the 4th, leaving the weekend still till the 12th on the Friday and Saturday, correct?
The 23rd and the 24th coming up.
Or you can just drop me, is that how you wanted it? Yeah, okay. So he is, we need to read the whole resolution first too, right?
And then what other dates were from 9 to 9, July 2nd, 3rd?
9 to 9, that, yeah, that would be 2nd, 3rd.
So basically, from the 23rd to the 29th, from 9 to 9?
Yeah.
No?
23rd and 24th is the weekend, so.
So we're going to go ahead midnight on those, okay.
So I have June 26th through June 29th, July 2nd and July 3rd from 9 to 9. Then June 23rd, June 24th, June 30th, July 1st, and July 4th from 9 till midnight.
Okay.
I'll second it.
Okay, Bill motioned to accept that resolution, Gabe has seconded it. We need to read it, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we have to actually read it.
Well,
all the
we're
way.
past 8 minutes. I was
I
trying to-
know, I'm sorry, I forgot to set the timer on that one. I was
trying to think.
This is just about taking more discussion all night long than anything else.
taking my, all of my.
Ready?
Yep.
Ready?
Whereas the city of Granby will allow fireworks to be sold beginning June 20th, 2023 until July 10th, 2023, with hours of operation as follows. June 20th through June 22nd, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. June 23rd and June 24th, 9 a.m. to 12 a.m. June 25th through June 29th, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. June 30th through July 1st, 9 a.m. to 12 a.m. July 2nd, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. July 3rd through July 4th, 9 a.m. to 12 a.m. July 5th through July 10th, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Whereas the city of Granby will allow citizens to shoot fireworks from June 22nd through June 29th, July 2nd and July 3rd from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. June 23rd, June 24th, June 30th, July 1st, and July 4th from 9 a.m. to 12 a.m. Now therefore be it resolved by the Granby Board of Aldermen of the City of Granby as follows. This resolution is in conjunction with Article 14 fireworks, Section 210.740 and 210.750 for the 2023 calendar.
Okay, now I would entertain Bill's motion.
I move that we accept this resolution as read.
Okay, Bill has moved that we accept the resolution as read.
I'll second it.
Gabe has seconded that. All those in favor? 4-0. Thank you. Okay, number 8, discussion on non-emergency PD number. Who has that one?
Yeah, what number is the citizen supposed to call when there's an issue, on a non-emergency issue?
Central dispatch usually, but.
What's the number we call, Chance?
For non-emergency?
Yeah.
Yes.
451-80. Yeah, 8333.
833.
What happened to 472-6135?
That's in the ocean.
No, that's Granby. That's PD.
451.
Yeah.
353
Yeah.
was emergency number.
Oh, well,
We have a non-emergency 3535.
Used to be 6135,
472 or 45?
472. Back before 911, the emergency number was 472-3535.
3135 or 6135?
6135 was non-emergency.
Oh my goodness, there are so many numbers being
See,
thrown
that's
out.
what I'm
I
saying.
know.
I need the non-emergency number right now.
To dispatch or to the officer?
I always thought they called dispatch no matter what.
So, the officers now carry Jacob Kelly
Okay,
the department phone
okay.
for if somebody's on. But if there's no one on, we're not emergency.
So the one I called a couple weeks ago was 417-472-3535.
That's what I thought.
And that got an officer to,
I think it
Was it central dispatch that answered?
no, it was actually, the county that answers.
Yeah, that's
Central dispatch, yeah, that's
Central
what-
See, the 6135 used to ring directly to the police station. It didn't go through dispatch.
But there ain't.
That's what they considered the non-emergency number.
So are we set up though where they can call they should call directly to an officer, or should it always go through central dispatch and be dispatched to the officer?
Yeah.
Because the safety of that is my concern.
They also keep account of the officer's calls, and if they call the officer directly, that counts as lost in dispatch.
Yeah.
If it's something, I think that's right.
So,
Just to tell us something, I would call dispatch. So it's all law.
Right, yeah.
So basically, let's say I have a dog in my yard, it's ferocious. I'm gonna call central dispatch. They're gonna call, it's not necessarily it might be considered an emergency, I don't know. Or,
If the dog bites you, I would call dispatch, non-emergency. If there's a dog in your yard, I would just call the phone carrier.
okay, so,
You
but
want
if,
the public to call the phone?
The work phone, Jacob Kelly's old phone, that's fine, because I mean, I do it every time.
When they lose count, they'll remember to call, so if it's.
We can self-initiate a call on the computer, so it's logged.
so we need to know, like, here's my concern. If you put two numbers out there, let's say you have a non-emergency number and it's this cell phone, and we have an emergency number and it's central dispatch, and you want to get a hold of an officer, which is a non-emergency, and you call and you leave a message on this cell phone, how long is it going to take for that message to get to somebody if there's not an officer on duty?
Could you not?
If we don't answer that, I would call the other non-emergency, because I need to.
So we just call them up. Yeah,
Yeah, you can call dispatch.
that's the easiest way.
So there really needs to be one number, and it needs to be central dispatch.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That number is 472-3535.
472-3535.
And that's
Where-
central
The
dispatch.
451 number is the same number, it's the same place.
That's what's on our internet. So I guess I'm trying to figure out why this is an issue on a.
Because people were asking, who do we call? There, a lot of people don't have this number somewhere.
For central dispatch.
Yeah.
And so the 6135 number is no longer valid.
Yeah, I didn't know it.
Is that correct?
So you just Googled it, it's on the website.
We were out of town and we were concerned about something.
I just said Granby Police Department, and Granby Police Department comes up with that phone number, 3535. I called, I went to central
Yeah.
dispatch, and within 2 minutes, an officer called me.
So basically, you know, that's the best we can do is it's on Google, it's on. Covered. Vacation, sick leave. Whose discussion is vacation and sick leave.
Well, Doreen and I were discussing it, and she asked if we could put it on the agenda. Our current vacation and sick leave, there's been some discussion about having paid time off as opposed to sick leave, and then increasing vacation to be comparable to other municipalities.
Okay. Do we have an idea of what we want to present as far as that, like?
No, we wanted to be able to have the discussion and know that it's gonna go somewhere if we do. Lana and I are gonna start working on the employee handbook. We'd like to have that inside that, so we wanted to make sure it's not gonna be an issue, that we increase vacation time for people that have been here a substantial amount of time.
So you're basically wanting to add a merit system, which increases their.
And that's fair.
Yeah, that's what we wanna talk about putting in the book,
Yeah.
so
So basically what you're saying is you guys just want our blessing to go and make a plan and then present it to the
Yep.
council.
yeah.
Okay. I don't think it's anything we need to vote on, but yeah, I think
Yeah.
there's,
Yeah,
get a plan and then bring it to us and we'll discuss
good
that.
idea.
Sounds good, yeah. Okay, we have voted number 10 off of the thing, so we are going to go into closed session for personnel matters. It is,
You're not gonna set this right now, it's all right.
no, yes. Okay, so I would entertain a motion to do that.
I'll make a motion, we go into closed session on personnel matters
That's
and legal.
in accordance to.
Down here.
In
All right, here you go.
In accordance to RSMO 610.021, legal matters and personal.
Gabe has made the motion to go into closed session in accordance with RSMO 610.021 for personnel matters. Do I have a second? I'm sorry?
Second.
Oh,
And Bill seconds that. Roll call. Roll call?
Doreen Powell?
Yes.
Joseph Strauss?
Yes.
Gabe Brown?
Yes.
Bobby White?
yes.
Good night.
Good night.
Okay, we're going to go into closed session at 7:48.
That's a good
Ryan, I
idea.
have a timer already going.
I'm leaving Steve by himself. Oh my goodness.
I've been in there. I've been in there.
That's all I was asking, because there's so many
silly.
No, it's legal. Let's just pass the law. I drive my four wheeler.
I used to call 3 times a day, 4:42, 5:35, and it would cost $14.95. And it was in response to one Cherville conference trip that I was essentially getting into that.
After lunch.
It would ring about 5 or 6 times, and
you go by boat. I said, wait, no, you can't buy the boat, I got.
No, I prefer you go to West Lake. Last Friday, I think we go there and, Southern Lake, Oklahoma, down south, what's that, they call it Evener, Evener?
Evener, you went down, that's where Brandy rode the train to, you stayed in the motel.
Well, they got a big train, Kansas City Southern's got a big deal down there.
Yeah, that's their hub.
Yeah, well, you know, I questioned somebody, I said, what here? You know, good riding and stuff, I mean, it's pretty country down in the mountains.
Yeah, that's where you do Pittsburgh, Kansas, and go down there. Yeah.
We just tell them on, how long you got staying on there?
Oh, I thought they would be home, I thought they were finished. Thursday coming out? Thursday, Friday.
Tell them, come over and get you and
Pick up with these rocks.
Yeah. Can't be very far by lake though, well.
Well, yeah, if you go to Car Lane, you get on 86, you go through Dover.
No, but I mean, for them to go, you know, they're just gotta go under the bridge and.
Yeah. Out here at that 39, Byron Field got the sandwich on the way up here.
What is viable between, Shell Knob and,
Car Lane. Go on through, go across the bridge and going up the hill and a couple of zigzags. In the middle of the town, Iowa, makes a little sharp curve. Going out of town, a couple of dips, and come on up near the, public access. Out there, that sign, King River, Marina. It's nice, the place they got it nice out there, we got a nice campsite. It's quiet down there, hardly nobody down
and
there.
I like them state parks, they're clean.
Yeah.
You know, 10 o'clock, quiet time.
Yeah.
See, this deal where we was at Cedar Lake, it was a Oklahoma State Park. We kind of basically the same rules.
You're going a long ways down there to go ride horses.
Yeah, this is different country. We'll probably go up to Eminence, make a trip up there and ride.
Oh, yeah.
Those pretty boys that, they're going to, like they're going to Arizona this summer or winter to ride, just electrical trail riding and stuff.
Licorice deals with granite for the city is something area we use constantly.
So,
Uh,
I think some state park, they just closed down due to E. coli or something. One, I don't remember what it was at, I was reading that, might have been stopped.
Ever Rock?
I don't know. Yeah, I can't remember. Son-in-law was telling me about it. I think it's messing up the sewer plant.
What the hell is that? This is
do that once. They, yeah. He was like you, Bobby, come up there and wanted to eat and go through and, yeah, cost you $20 a person to get in. And you got an arm man, you can sample everybody's, all 22 people's deal. But then you can go in and buy food and then they have a beer called the beer tracker. They say you had over 2,000 people, so over 2,000 on there.
Oh, man.
Then on top of that, my entry fee was $150 and you got one bag of crawfish. And then everybody, I know everybody might at least one additional bag, and he gave us a discount of $60 a bag for that. So, you know, you take 22 times 60 there, on top of the 150. And the beer trader is $6 for a cup of beer. Plus he had set up, they smoked 2 big alligators, they were selling alligator plates. Plus he was boiling crawfish, selling crawfish plates and shrimp.
They have that every year? That's the first year I've heard that.
Last year he done it at Greenfield, up there at
Oh.
City Park in Greenfield. But he moved it to Pier City this year for the, so it has beer garden. It was there on the St. Mary's church property and then,
Where they had that fundraiser, no, not fun, they had that carnival last year.
well, they have
County
the
Day.
County Neighbor Day. And the, same group, I think, sponsored the beer. The Knights of Columbus, that's who sponsored the beer garden, that's who does that too. Yeah, it was a good time. The whole thing, they're live. I don't know, I don't think it would be. Mud bug's a mud bug.
And so, it's down in Mississippi, you know, they have them crawdad festivals all the time.
If they're annoyed, go in there and buy some coffee, and you fold and put your leftover cake into a bucket or string with a hay or in the little spray and keep going to let flavor problems.
They've got that one fish now they've been catching, a snakehead.
They crawl around on the ground too or
They
something.
said kill them, yeah, catch them, kill them, they're from Asia.
Kill it,
Eats
kill
everything.
it, and then show it to a conservation.
That's a snakehead, something or another.
Yeah. They said they eat all species of fish or something. Oh, man. come screaming out of that water. Oh, yeah, it had to be a walleye, I mean, in deep marks, it was right around the nipple. It's like, wow, good thing you weren't skinny dipping. Yeah.
You had him a car.
That's just pretty sure you swimming in on 4-inch water. Shit, did you see it? Oh, I know. Doesn't want to say too much if I got something on my back of my shirt too. I got sprayed out there. I was like, "God, I hope that didn't get on me." You can take out a donation for shoes for that guy. I think he just likes wearing them.
It's the same one he had, but he kept the heels out of him, make sandals now.
I know he's been wearing them for the last 10 years, I swear. Yeah.
Jimmy couldn't get near the shed.
So I'll give you $20 for the air conditioner, just buy you some shoes.
Well, that's I mean, I've seen the guy. You know, he walks someone, yeah.
Well, you look a lot older.
Yeah, that's Larry. That's AJ's brother-in-law.
Where do you live?
Somewhere down here. I was
Yeah, I
told
see
it
him
was,
walking all over.
I was told it was in one of Jeremy's runs. That he's actually, AJ's brother-in-law. Seriously? Yeah, that is my guess.
to the new guy, $20 is too much.
92 years old, right?
Oh, yeah. Maybe they won't drive. They hold her back. I can't believe I seen where, old Cox kid was selling that one lady car. You know, you can buy them all day long for $35,000, $34,000. That's $14,000.
Like the old lady's car. We're up to $8,000 now, $8, $9,000. That's good for a shit.
Been on that game making them sleep. I'm just gonna miss the 8-minute bell.
She never said it.
This chair just keeps falling apart every time.
Oh, my God. Have to bring your own.
That thing's something.
Okay, I would entertain a motion to come back into open session.
I move that we come back into open session.
Second?
Bill has moved that we come back into open session. Doreen has seconded that. All those in favor? Oh, roll call, sorry.
Doreen Cloud?
Yes.
Clifford Chance?
Yes.
Dave Carroll?
Yes.
Bobby White?
Yes.
Okay, we're going back in session, open session at 8:59. In closed session, a vote was taken addressing personnel matters, and those will be taken care of with department heads. I would entertain a motion to dismiss.
Make a motion that we dismiss.
Second.
I have a motion to dismiss by Doreen, seconded by Bill. All those in favor? 4-0.
She would. Your wife.
Time.
Your wife
Oh,
would
sorry,
not
time
stop
is
talking.
8:59.
Just let you know,
Yeah,
right?
that's my fault.
Just wanna tell you.
I'm driving.